Okay, time to actually start this. Alright. I'm going to teach you guys about xenon. I'm going to teach you guys what xenon is. Let me actually fucking clear these monsters first. Kind of in a way. Ah, damn. Okay. Okay, map cleared. Good. Ah. Can I not clear the platform? Oh, I can make this platform just empty. Okay, I got it. Alright. So I'm going to run you through xenon from the start to the end. Okay. Xenon. You know, normal. Blessing of the Fairy. Every class gets this. Besides Cygnus Knights. Cygnus Knights get this. A little different. That's a decent skill. Don't worry about that. Supply surplus. This is this right here. This is your energy that you get. Recharges 1 power unit every 4 seconds. Gains a 60% chance to recharge on hit or evade. The thing about this is you get 1% all stat with every little block you have. So right now I have 20 out of 20. Well, this is because I'm 4th job. When you're 1st job, you get 5 out of 5. But since I basically get for 4th job, I just get 20 all stat just because, which is kind of fucking insane for Xenon, because you see off all stat as you know, or maybe you don't know. I don't fucking know. That's why you're watching this. Okay, multilateral 1 grants a special bonus based on stats. Once those stats reach a certain threshold. I can't talk. At 20 strength. 20 strength doesn't mean just 20 base strength. It means 20 flat strength, the actual strength you put in here. I wish I could reset these. Reset these. Yeah, just 20 flat. Just flat 20. That would give you 3% knockback. Ignore the 90. This would be like 3%, which is kind of useless, not gonna lie. You're not doing anything. But Dex. At 20 Dex, 3% elemental resistance, and 3 for abnormal status resistance. Well, that's good. Not bad. Status resistance is pretty good, especially on some kind of especially on some bosses. Sometimes Lotus, you get hit with the Lotus robots. It's good. Pap, it's good. What's that one boss? Versus Varus should be pretty good. And Luck. Luck is the one I like more early. Like earlier game, I like Luck more because Luck gives you a little bit more damage early, not late. Like late game, Dex gives you more damage. Early, Luck gives you more damage. Luck gives you most of the damage that you're going to use. It also gives you 3% of avoidability, which is I feel like it's better than 3% knockback resistance. Not gonna lie. And after you get all those strength, Dex, and Lux to 20, just flat 20, not increased by any bonuses, any all stat, nothing. Just flat 20. You get 3%, just 3% damage, just for resisting. I'm gonna go over this later. This is gonna be later. Minute protocol lets you ignore equipment stats requirements, lets you equip pirate and thief equipment, which is that's the reason why I can equip pirate CRA, thief shoes, pirate, thief, pirate. You know, you get the gist. You get the gist of it. Liberty boosters, fly skill, nothing serious. You get to fly, kind of cool, I guess. It's good in some bosses. Like it's good in Lotus, not Lotus. Lucid. When she summons her little monster dragon thingy, you can just fly over. You can just fly over the blast. Like actually, just fly to the top. Then she can't hit you. Or if you're fighting like it's just any boss. You're fighting any boss, and you just don't feel like getting hit right now. Waiting for your skills to cool down. Just fly. Fly. The bosses can't really hit you. They can hit you, but they can't really hit you. You can't, because they can't target you too high up. Besides, unless you're like in like Lotus or something, you're probably gonna get hit by a train. Don't do this in Lotus, please. Okay. Now this, I was talk about this now. This is what allows you to get multiple different skills, basically. This is why Xenon has like a trillion skills, or at least it feels like that, because you get to actually use different skills on this. Okay, and it's not working right now. Okay, I actually press open this first one. There's different skills. You're not gonna be able to use these first job. What you would do is you just continually click these. So like if you're fourth job, you just click them. Just keep clicking it. Okay. First job. Beam spline. This is your first job skill. Nothing too major. Just a first job skill. Decent mobbing. That's it. Let's just put it there. That's it. That's just it. Hits 2 times. Hits 4 enemies. Decent range. Not bad. Although the range is really from like here. Like it's not. It doesn't just out here. It's just really weird. Okay. Promotion burst. Double jump. Well, flash jump, I guess you would call it. Can't use it on the ground like you can Mercedes. It's just flash jump. Nothing more to say about it. It's a good flash jump though. Xenon, this is one of the best flash jumps in the game. One of the, not the best, but one of the. Circuit Surge. This is your first skill that costs energy. It's a good skill. 30 weapon attack. It's a good skill. Costs energy. If you look right here, I'll just move this here. Second I click this, I lose 3 energy. Now it's gonna regen, but I'm a little weaker, slightly weaker. The payment is pretty great, honestly. Radial nerve. This is just normal thief stuff, basically. You know, basically all thieves get a little built-in speed increase, jump increase. That's about it. Pinpoint salvo. Now this is a skill that activates whenever you hit a monster. You have to toggle it on and fires missiles. You shoots out 4 missiles, but it's a 2-second cooldown for every single time. Click it on. It works even on this. Beam spline. These little missiles come out. That's it. Little missiles come out, do extra damage. It's really good when you're one-shotting. Like if the missiles are one-shotting, which usually doesn't really happen until you're really strong or you don't need it, it's really good. But it's still good in like bosses. It does extra damage. Can't be sad about extra damage. Multilateral 2. This is just a buff on your second multilateral, but it stacks. It doesn't go from 3% to 5%. It goes from 3% to 8%. Because it's stacked on top of each other. At 40 strength, flat strength again. You get 5% knockback resistance. That should bring you up to 8. 5% elemental resistance. 5 abnormal status resistance. At dex, when you're at dex. At luck, 40 luck. 5% vulnerability, which brings you up to 8. And then when you have 40 strength, dex, and lux, you get 5% damage, which stacks on top of your 3% damage. And you also get max HP and MP. Can't be sad about that. But that's it for first job. This is when you start getting to modal shift skills. Quicksilver Flash. Sad. This is... You don't use this skill much. It's a good skill. You don't use it much. It kind of locks you in a really weird animation. You can't like... It just sucks. I'm gonna be real with you. It fucking sucks. But you could use this. This is the one that I use when I'm training. Gives you 30% crit rate. It actually just gives you flat 30% crit rate. So I always crit with this. I'm always gonna crit. Hits twice. Has decent range. And I'm pretty sure it's faster than the other one. And it's also longer range. So there's no reason to use the other one unless you're in a boss maybe. But even that you shouldn't be using these skills in bosses. This one, takeoff. Quicksilver takeoff. This is just an up jump, basically. You can use it in the air. You want just up jump. Nothing else. It does damage, but it's really just up jump. You shouldn't be using it for damage. You can use this skill to like keep yourself in air a little longer. Like say if you're fighting Von Bon and he starts jumping, but you're falling to the ground and you don't have any like flash jumps left. So you use both your flash jumps, and you didn't actually know he was jumping in the air, about to kill you. You can just use this as like a little thing. I can't do it if I did quick cast, but yeah, you can just use this. Keeps you in arrow longer. No point not to. I don't really use it because it's just it gets replaced technically in my opinion. Ion thrust. I think I need this on skill. Okay, I need it on skill. This is horrible skill. Never use it. This is this. It's just this. It costs energy. Why am I at energy? Wait, it costs. Interesting. Okay, that's a bug. Okay, it's supposed to cost 3 energy. Just flat 3 energy, and then it lasts for 8 seconds. Costs MP every couple seconds. Hits enemies. It knocks back enemies too. So just you would use this, and like technically it's supposed to be good on a map that's like really dense, as I've heard. To use on like a really dense map, just hold down. Kind of predecessor for Beam Dance, but it's a really bad skill. I literally don't level it until the end. Now I kind of regret leveling it, even though it doesn't really matter. I have max level skills anyways. Efficiency Streamline. HP buff. HP MP buff. Gives a passive effect, which gives you HP and MP, gives you more. It's pretty good. No more you can say about it. Xenon booster. I don't know why I'd call it Xenon booster, like Whip Blade booster. Kind of weird. Just it's a booster. It's booster. What more can I say besides it's booster? Structural integrity. This is the skill that every class has. I forget what they'll call it, but usually a skill that gives you your dex and luck or strength and dex. Every class a passive skill, but instead, because Xenon has 3 stats, we had to give us all stat. Understandable. Xenon Mastery, again, I don't know why they're calling it Xenon Mastery instead of like Whipblade Mastery. Gives Mastery 50%, which it reduces the range in between you hit your skills. So say this range was like 900 mil. Wait, that's too high. Say this range was like 9 mil. This range was like 7 mil. Like kind of what it is now. If you didn't have Mastery, like so you didn't have the 50% Mastery, you could be like 9 mil and like 6 mil or like 5 mil. The range will be wider. So it just reduces the range of what you hit, which gets you more consistent damage, in my opinion. That's how it's supposed to work. I'm not sure if it actually works that way, but it's supposed to work that way. Pinpoint Salvo Redesign A. This just increases your pinpoint salvo damage, which is first shop skill. Multilateral 2. Multilateral 3. That's probably much this first. This skill, just a buff on multilateral at 90 strength, get you plus 7 knock resistance. I can't do the math on that. You guys can. At 90 dex, gives you 7% elemental resistance and 7 thermal stab resistance. At 90 luck, 7% avoidability. And at 90 strength, dex, and luck, you get 7% extra damage and 5% more max HP and MP. This skill is just a nice passive buff, 40% crit rate. Can't go wrong on that. Okay, third job, we're getting the combat switch. Combat switch explosion, which is this skill. This is a skill that you're basically using for mobbing your entire third job. At least I did. It's kind of the best skill you have. You can do this, which is air whip. Just that. I don't want to hit the mobs; they're gonna spawn. It has good vertical hit, which is kind of what you don't have in most third jobs. You can use it in fourth job to train because it's faster than your fourth job vertical skill. Just less damage though, so usually you don't want to use it. Then you have fission. think it's called fission, yeah. Combat switch fission, which is have to be in air. It's just takeoff, but you have to be in the air. Gives you some distance. Keeps you in the air longer. Can't go wrong. Diagonal chase. It's just diagonal. Just a diagonal skill. Moves you diagonal. Not more you can say about it. That's about it. Gravity pillar. You don't use this skill ever, but technically you're supposed to like use it. You're supposed to do this and then like combat switch, and not diagonal chase into it, like gravity pillar, diagonal chase, because enemies in the air would take more damage. I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think enemies would take more damage. It's not good. Don't do it. It's a bait. Don't ever do that, please. It's actually just a bait. Hybrid defenses. This skill, I'm gonna be real. I don't think it fucking works anymore. But costs 7 energy, and it gives you 100% avoidability. So I should not take damage for 10 times. 10 times I should basically be, well, not exactly. For the first hit, I should always have 100% avoidability, and then after every hit up to 10, I should lose 5%. So at the last one, I should have 50% avoidability, but it's only reduced after you evade. That's about it. Gives you 10 all stat, 400 defense. That's about it. Aegis system. This is the defensive version of pinpoint salvo. You turn this on, and whenever a monster hits you, you shoot out missiles. So, monster hit, shoot out some missiles. There's the same cooldown as Aegis system. I think it's 2 seconds, or no, it's 1.5 this time. 1.5 second cooldown. The monsters hit you. That's about it. They're gonna take some damage, which is also really good if you're one-shotting. But if you're one-shotting and monsters are hitting you, they're probably dead anyways. It's good for bossing though, kind of. Triangulation. It's your bossing skill, really. It's kind of helps you boss better. Chance to attack airframe on attack. 30%, max airframes 3. Damage to enemy airframes, the 3 airframes to attack. 340%. But the thing about this is it reduces enemy accuracy by 8%. So basically when you're hitting an enemy, 30% chance to proc it to get 1 airframe, which is pretty good. I think it's pretty good for extra damage. It doesn't cost anything. There's no activation, no toggle, nothing. It just activates itself. Unaffected by attack reflection, which is I think it's pretty good because if you can proc it with these ignore attack reflect and attack ignore. So if you just kind of stay on top of a boss, which you probably shouldn't do, but if you stay on top of a boss with enough ability, and just keep proccing this, and the boss can't really hit you too much, and you're gonna avoid everything. Manifest Projector, Shadow Partner. That's all I can say about it. Shadow Partner. Okay, Emergency Resupply. This skill costs 75 MP, gives you 10 of the little supply. 10 of this. So say if I let's go do this. If I do this, I just get 10 back. Nothing major. It's good. It's good when you're when you don't have your 5th draw skill up and you're trying to actually get some more energy back, get some more all stat, makes you a little stronger. No point not to. Pinpoint Salvo Redesign B gives you more damage. It stacks with the first one, so it stacks with this. So it gives you 50% more damage basically. Multilateral 4, I think that's 4. Yes, 4. 10% knock resistance stacks on top of the others. 10% elemental resistance stacks on top of the others. 10 the normal savage resistance, you get it 150, 150, 150. 10% avoidability stacks, and then you get 10% extra damage, 10% HP and MP when you get 150 for each. It's all stacks together. Don't worry. Xenon gets some decent damage, saying my low stats. Beam Dance. 4th job, or on 4th job now. Beam Dance. It's iconic. Y'all know what this is. Iconic. Takes MP, hits the enemy one time. You get to move during it. You get to jump. If I can reach my ult key. Yeah, get to jump. Can't flash jump though. That'd be kind of fucking busted. Not gonna lie. Hit 8 enemies, pretty good. Mecha Purge. This is your 4th job modal shift skill. We have 2. This is Bombard. This is Laser. This is what xenon call Laser. Or 4th job. Because most xenon players don't actually know their skills. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bombard. This is it. Hits 4 times, which increases the 8 when your shadow partner, of course. Hits the enemies, pretty good. This is Snipe. This is your main bossing skill. I'm gonna kill enemy because you get to see this main bossing skill. This is a skill you're basically using single target. Boom. Lines. If you're farming with it, you shouldn't farm with it, but you're gonna one shot every enemy. Now we have Bombardment. Yes, Bombardment. What a game. Good job, Nexon. This hits 15 enemies, so this is meant to be your dense map mobbing skill. Besides being dense. It's 5 times. It's really good. It's really good at one-shotting, but it's really slow. It's really slow. Which is why Xenon needs attack speed inner and feed infusion. See the difference? It's kind of nuts. Which is why we don't really farm with it much unless you have a taxi inner. It's actually kind of alright. Hypergram Field. This is a cooldown, damn. I don't know what to do with this. Okay, Hypergram Field. Penetrate. Keck. Just puts on a field. Every time the orb inside the field hits the enemy, does damage. So every time this orb hits the enemy, it will do damage. Which is really hard to see considering the boss is kind of, or elite monster is kind of just in the middle. Yeah, see a hit? Every time it hits, it does damage. It's a cooldown. I gotta wait for a cooldown. Okay, well, while we're on cooldown, we'll just talk about something else. Oh, parts code. This is big boy buff. Costs 20 energy. So you can't just, you can just spam it. Costs 20 energy. You can technically just spam it. But your energy always go down. So, boom. Hit it. 25% final damage. As you can see. 30% boss. I can't type. 30% boss. It lasts 30 seconds, but it's increases on buff duration. So if you have buff duration on your inner ability, it'll increase. Which is actually really good when you're bossing. You just get 30% boss damage for like 45 seconds. It's kind of nuts. Okay, she's a fucking weeb. Holy shit. Instant shock. 40% avoidability. Gives your Aegis system, not your pinpoint salvo this time, Aegis system. Gives it 20% extra damage. Okay, now cooldown's up. So now we're gonna talk about this one. This one I don't use. Hypergram Field support. Last 20 seconds. It increases ally HP boot, max HP, which is so stupid. I'm like, okay, stand in it. You get max HP. Okay, it gives you power units whenever an ally evades, which is again stupid unless you have a party with thieves, which usually don't have a party of thieves. It lasts a little bit when you go out. So like up here, it lasts like 4 seconds before you go out. It's not good. You don't ever use this. I'm gonna be real with you. If you use this, you're kind of trolling. Not gonna lie. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the one you use all the time because it's just the best one in general. Hypergram Field, Force Field. Force Field lasts 20 seconds. Whenever the ball touches, it just never touches this. Like just outside. It does damage to every enemy in the middle. Every enemy in here. Every enemy in here takes damage. 400% damage. Pretty damn good. And that's for 20 seconds. Well, actually, mine lasts for 30 seconds on my hypers, but that's 20 seconds. You have Xenon Expert. Xenon Expert again. So just Whip Blade Expert. Okay, it's alright. 70% Mastery. It doesn't stack. Just linear. Linear? I don't know. 30% attack. 8% crit damage. Decent skill. Nothing too wrong with it. Temporal Pod. This is your skill that you use when you're you don't use it. I guess you do, but you don't. This is just you get a free chair, basically free chair, pog. Okay, but for on the real, what you do is you're supposed to use this when you have when you're about to do multiple bosses with your team. Like you do multiple bosses, you finish the one, cooldowns aren't up, just sit in a chair, and reduces cooldowns. It doesn't put them to 0 because that'll be too strong, of course. You know, it's not allowed to be strong. Just reduces their cooldowns. It just makes them cooldowns reduce faster, basically. I know, that's a skill, right? Yeah. Free chair though. Pog. Maple Warrior, we all know what it is. I don't gotta worry about it. Hero's Wheel, you all know what it is. Don't gotta worry about it. Offensive Matrix. This gives you 50% non-part resistance. Not bad. 30% ignore defense IED. This another pinpoint salvo, perfect design. It just increases your pinpoint salvo. Can't click on it the more you do. Okay, multilateral 5 gives you 10% non-part resistance. Gives you 10% elemental resistance. 10% avoidability at 260 strength, dex, luck. And then we have 260 strength, dex, luck all each. 10% damage, 10% HP, MP. This is the one you get at level 200. Just gives you bonuses again at 330 strength, 5% knock resistance, 330 dex, 5% elemental resistance, and 330 luck, 5% avoidability, 330 strength, dex, and lux, 5% damage. Okay, let's get the hypers before we start. Ignore my hypers, they're bugged. So stop, please. Beam Dance Reinforce, 20% damage. Beam Dance Blur just makes you faster when using Beam Dance, which is pretty good because Beam Dance is you can't splash jump during it, so you lose out on distance. Spread just increases more enemies. Just increases how many enemies you hit. So instead of hitting 8, I hit 10. Mecha Purge Reinforce. What can I say? It just reinforces damage. Mecha Purge Guard Break ignores 10% defense. Mecha Purge Spread. This you have to read this really closely because I made a mistake. This increases the number of monsters hit by bombard, not bombardment or snipe. Just this skill. Yikes. Reinforce 10% more enemy or energy orb damage on hypergram field. Increases aura speed, which increasing aura speed is literally better than this because you hit more times for a little bit less. 10% is not worth the increase. Hypergram field persists 10% or not 10%, 10 seconds on your hypergram field. So it changes the 20 to 30. So basically, whenever it expires, it's up again. You can use it again. Active skill, Entangling Lash. It's a bind. It's your bind. Does that? Doesn't work. I'm gonna be real with you. Half works. I don't want to say Orbital Cataclysm. I'm gonna kill every mob on this map. Fires a powerful laser. 200 man MP hits 15 enemies. Okay. Orbital Cataclysm. You already know it. Interesting. Okay, 900 damage. Hits 6 times. So it hit 6 times for 900 damage. It's pretty good. It decreases defense. It's also an iframe. And after you use it, you get 10%. You get 10% extra damage. Boom. Use it. Kills every mob on the map. Buff is up here. You get extra damage. Now this is the skill that is very good. This is a skill that you use all the time. So MRAF generator gives you infinite energy for a short time. So if I use it, I can now activate O parse code. I can just keep activating it. I can just keep activating it, and my energy will never go down. Pretty good. That's about it for hypers. Okay. Fifth job. Okay, actually, let's talk about this. Xenon is an interesting class because Xenon is allowed to equip Pirate and Thief, like Last Resort and Overdrive, which is fucking nuts for their damage. Like actually insane. No, I'm not going over these now. That's not a Xenon god. Oh, you also could Litter Dice. It's not a Xenon god, or that's not a just a pure game guide. It's just a Xenon god. Wait, there's a bug. Yeah, whatever. I'll have to finish. I'll do it later. Okay, Omega Blaster. Go for this. This is icon. This is semi-iconic skill. You charge a laser for like 45 seconds. You turn into Goku. You're charging your laser. This is it. You're charging laser for a while. Okay, let's actually read this skill. Okay. Max enemies hit 15. Damage. Does damage. Hits 6 times. But it's kind of weird because it doesn't really hit 6 times. It hits 6 times like every tick. Just say. Okay, you hold down a skill. You don't have to hold down skill. You can actually just click it if you really want to, but you lose duration. The duration increases by 1 second every 5 seconds charged. So you charge it up to 7 extra seconds, which gives you 15 seconds, and you just it's 45. You charge it for 45 seconds. They get the 15 second duration. Oh boy. A good thing about skill is you're invincible while casting, because you can't move. This is it. This is the most fun part of Xenon. You sit here and do nothing. Take your hands off the keyboard. Let me take your hands off the keyboard. This is it. You are now doing more damage than your entire party while not being able to take damage. Boom. Congrats. You played Xenon. Okay, core overload. How do I explain this? This skill makes us be able to go up to 40, which is pretty good. Nothing bad about it. Core overload. Boom. You see this? It starts turning red. I'm gonna lag a little bit. It costs MP. Costs MP every second. Costs MP every second plus a percentage of the MP you use. So if you use Beam Dance, it's going to drop. Your MP is disintegrating. In this server, it's a little bugged, so you can just MRAF generator. You're not supposed to be able to do that at all, but you can. Now you have 40% all stat built in. Notice how far my range jumped for nothing. I don't have any other buffs on really besides like Maple Warrior. My HP it jumped by like 200k. It's kind of nuts. MP's gonna drain. It also does damage. It does periodical damage around you. So watch this. Boom. That it's not. It's only. I'm sure it helps. It helps a little bit of damage, but it's not. You don't really focus on it. It's kind of just there. So just you can see how long it takes the MP to drop. It's not too like it lasts a decent long time. It just doesn't last long when you're using skills. So if I'm using skills, it's gonna just keep draining and draining, and it could cost percentages. Which is why you don't use Beam Dance in it, because it just drains it. Oh. Okay. Hypergram Field Fusion. This is just your 4th drop hypergram skill with everything built in. Literally every single thing, every like how's it called? Every little like mode you have is built into this. And it's bigger. But it also has a little extra. It does more damage. I can't explain it. Whenever an orb touches the enemy, It does damage to all enemies in the field. Whenever an orb touches the wall, it does damage to all enemies in the field. It's fucking nuts. You get 1 surplus energy whenever ally evades an attack. Okay, it took out the HP though. But they gain damage instead of HP. So cast this. It's fucking huge. Enemies are going to start dying. This is your skill that you use for farming and bossing. Use this all the time. The skill is nuts. This is the best skill you have besides a Mega Blaster. You could take Xenon's entire kit and just make it this, and this will be better than anything else. This thing is just amazing, amazing all around. Damage also shows up. Damage increase shows up too, which is nice. None more I could say. Amazing class. Fucking nuts. Okay, let's show off some training. Show off some training. Esfera. Hate this map. I'm not gonna be able to one shot because I don't have any proper. Okay. I don't have enough arcane force either. What I wish. Oh, I don't have. Okay. I don't have that. Should be fine. Okay. What I was shown by a colleague of mine. You could train here. You could just start off with this. Flash jump. Flash jump. Flash jump into the wall. Boom. Go up. Flash jump. Flash jump. Flash jump. Flash jump around. This is your training. This is your training for a while. Or at least on the server until you get end of the world and stuff like that. This is it. This is your training. It's okay. It's not bad. It's just not optimal. Xenon doesn't really have a good thing. You put fusion field here. That's gonna help kill monsters. This is it. This is what you do for the rest of time. End of time. Until you eventually get bored and go back to Hennessy's. It's nice. This is fun. I'm having a lot of fun. Don't worry. I promise. Okay. Let's get out of this map after I get this flower. The mob to say his map is really good actually. Alright, let's go back to the map I was at. This map, I don't know. This is a map that you can train at if you really don't feel like playing the game. Just beam dance. Fall off the edge. Go up. It's just you don't play this game in this map. This map's alright. It's just if you feel like watching YouTube and you feel like training too, so you don't have to like actually split your concentration, just do this. You need a frenzy for this though, which in the server isn't really that much. Drop off the edge, go back. Good burning in this map too. You can do the same thing as COP, but the map is gonna be taken. Let me look. Map's taken. But you can do the same thing. Just hold up. Turn these off. Just beam dance through here. Drop down. Beam dance through here. Drop down. It's okay. That's the training if I don't feel like playing a game. But usually if you like playing the game, you would go here. You would drop Hypergram Fusion here. You would go up and drop your force field here. That's optimal. That's killing every monster besides right here. And the monster's gonna walk into it. And you stay down here, just hold beam dance. You can either hold beam dance or bombardment, and boom, you're training. Well, once we get access to different maps, Tenebris, Moonbridge. Someone said Moonbridge is out. Let me look. Nope, can't go there. Okay, well, that's basically it. That's kind of all there is. There's not much more for Xenon. Xenon's kind of fun. It's fun. I like the class. I really like the class. But good luck training it. good luck. Good luck funding this class. I'm 25k stat, and like, oh, this is nuts. But the thing about xenon is not spell star forcing gets you huge, which is why my stats a little bit lower than it could be. It's like when you like star force your stuff, your stats jump up a lot, to say the least, a lot. So if you're thinking of playing xenon, get a lot of meso together. You're gonna need it, unless you're lucky. Maybe you don't need it. But for now, that's it. If you have any questions, you can text me on Discord or at me in game. That's about it. Nothing more I can say. Thanks for watching, or maybe you didn't. You're not even this far. This guy's probably botting.